It's nuts over there. My wife says it's crazy. I wonder if let me go back through here and look at the sound. No, I don't think there's anything NASCAR. Oh yeah, there's a whole lot more traffic at South Daytona where our new house is. Oh yeah, yeah. She's dead, and they'll probably never find her body. I mean, they screwed that case up from the beginning. Good evening. Someone on YT says to me, "Thank you. I am trying to find out what's wrong with my technology. It was working until I moved everything in here. So I'm pretty sure I've screwed it up somehow. So I'm going to troubleshoot it here in a minute. Got me an olive. These fries are really good. I think it might have something to do with my settings. Let's look. Yeah, hold on. So output, input is my Yeti. Output is that. We're good there. I don't know what is wrong with it. I haven't. Yeah, yeah. Well, our condo was right in Ormond, right on the beach, right on the ocean. Right now, our house, the one we purchased, is in South Daytona. Because this was working a little bit ago. And yeah, I have no idea why it's not working. It's making me mad. I'm going to go ahead and get out of it anyway. Let's see. Yeah, I was thinking about that, Jasmine, because Anna, I don't know what Anna did. Louisiana law is weird law. What's the issue? You got to tell me what the issue is. Okay. Well, let me tell you something. If you signed something and you didn't know what you signed, that's on you. That is on you. That is on you. That is on you, baby. If you sign something, out is my headphones. Input is my Blue Yeti. My Yeti. Just making me mad now. It was working. Breaking law and booking calls. Thank you very much. Although I'm not breaking calls very much. I'm breaking laws very much. So why is that not working? Okay, I'm going to get out of here and do a whole new studio and see what happens. And now I'm going to go to my robot. Let's What? Sorry, guys. Hold on. I didn't know I cut out the Tickfinity. Sorry, guys. What's up, Hollywood? Yeah, I took it off just now. I'm back on though. I'm back on the screen on YT. I'm back on. Yeah, it's good on. Thank you very much, Sarah. Bot and it's I'll set the notifications and all right, we should be good. And I should be able to get me some comments. I hope. Oh, it gets so irritating when I get my technology just think I figured it out and it ain't figured out. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Um, a wrongful death settlement depends on how good your case is. It depends. Settlement and wrongful death would be hard to do. I mean, you've got to have a good, well developed case. If you're asking me what I think about wrongful death, what the chances are, they're hard. You got to develop your case. You got to prove that they did something to. So now, oh no, cancel. Well, you have to wrongful death. You have to prove that they were in charge of the maintenance. There's a lot of stuff you got to prove on that. You got, yeah. See, now you're saying he hit a train, so that's a whole nother different. You got to prove that maybe it wasn't him. You got to prove that the brakes were faulty. You got to go into the logs of that vehicle and that company. Did they service the brakes? Were there problems with them? Woohoo! I'm fixed. Thank you very much. We are fixed. Woohoo! I'm the YT. Thank you. What's up, Alexandra? I can hear you, Renee. Thank you. Loud and clear, baby. We got them all. Three going. Thank you, Miss Renee. I figured out what I did wrong. I'm a little slow, but usually I'll figure it out. I got Martin County in the morning tomorrow, fellas. I'm all right, Alexandra. Me and Anna are going back to my hometown tomorrow. I needs Kentucky. I haven't been back there since I pushed out a video, and some people construed it as I was talking bad about my hometown. And so I told my client to bring her boyfriend. He's a big old tough guy. So I told her he might have to be my backup. It's about a it's about an hour and a half, Alexandra, about an hour and a half. It's not. Thank you, Renee, on Facebook. Boy, Renee, let's give Renee a golf clap, everybody. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, thank you. Renee's helping. No, it's not bad. Oh, Marcia. Marcia's in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, Marcia. Yeah, yeah, we might need some backup. If my sister's there, my sister might try to whip my ass. You know, but you know how it goes. I have not. Well, you know, Marcia, I'm not a fighter either. I break too easy nowadays. I break easy. All is okay. Thank you for the comment over there on the YT. I'm doing well. I guess, Marcia, that's a bad idea for me to tell people I'm gonna be in Inez tomorrow. If I was trying to, if I'm trying to sneak around, I'm doing a bad job of it. What's up, sweetie? It was Marcia. My sister likes to stir shit, and if you really listen to it, if you don't really hear it and you just listen, you don't know. I mean, I mean, I didn't say people stunk. I said other people say they stunk. So, you know, and I will still defend what I said. If you were raised in a bubble, basically what I was saying was, for those of you that don't know, I put out a video and I talked about poverty. I always talk about poverty. I know a lot about poverty. No, I'm going to have more of a routine in YT. I'm going to need some help. Y'all got to help me get some. I'm going to try to do it in the mornings when I get settled over in Florida. I'm going to be going live on all three platforms in the morning for about an hour and a half. I have a counseling program, guys, on Thursday at 6:30. That has to be scheduled through my pin site. But yeah, I'm going to be coming live more over here. I want to try to boost my YouTube game and my Facebook. So what I actually was talking about was, you know, and we all suffer from this. When you're little, you raised in a little bubble. So what I said was that when you're little and you're young and you live in a community, everybody looks like you, everybody talks like you, and everybody smells like you. I didn't say people stunk. I said they smell like you, and that's true. So, for matter of reference, when I was raised, I mean, I don't care what my sister says. The way I was raised, then nobody took a bath regular because we didn't have the kind of water that you got now. Didn't have the kind of resources. Doesn't mean people were dirty. They just didn't. They had a different smell. Right? We all smelled alike. If you're in a room full of people that you're raised around, you smell like them. That ain't bad or it ain't good. It's just the way it is. And she took that and ran with it and saying that how dare I say that people there stunk? I didn't say that at all. I said they smelled like each other. So if you look like everybody and you sound like everybody and you smell like everybody, then what you think as you're growing up ain't nothing wrong, right? If you see everybody not working, and it happens, people want to ignore poverty. The thing about it is they like glossing over it and they don't want to acknowledge it. And so if you're in a little area and if everybody in your damn family is on a check and drawing food stamps, and I like those things, there ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, if nobody ever graduated, nobody ever learned a skill, everybody just laying around getting government subsistence, then if you're little, that's all you know. That's not bad. That's just saying that's all you know. And you have to expose yourself to different types of people, different lifestyles before you can figure out that maybe what you were exposed to as a child wasn't quite the best. If you raised around substance users, and I see this in the substance use community all the time, a lot of people right nowadays, the addict of today started when they were 7, 8, 9 years old because that's all they knew. That was their whole world. Their mama, their daddy used, their granny, their grandpa uses, most of their aunts and uncles used. And that's not just Appalachia, that's everywhere. So you get this culture to where if you're little and that's all you've seen, that's all you know. And that's not bad. I'm just saying that's all you know. And so, but my sister took all of that and blew it out of proportion, and I still stand on it. If that's all you see and that's all you know, that's most likely what you're going to become. So, that's what you know. And it's not bad. I wasn't making a value judgment. I'm just saying you have to get out and observe other areas, other communities, other cultures in a lot of respects. So I see it in the substance use community all the time. I've seen them younger and younger. I saw a girl once in my office, and she was 22 years old when I saw her. She was referred to me by the Commonwealth Attorney's Office. I used to have a practice, kind of a boutique practice, where I would take someone and do counseling and put them on a drug screening program and do a lot of intensive work with them to help clean them up and get them ready for trial. I mean, I had a lot of lawyers that would give me their clients and say, hey, we have a pre-trial conference 3 months from now. Put them through your program, get them cleaned up, do what you can to make sure you put them in a good position. So I used to do that. And so I got a call from the Commonwealth, and they had this client. Well, it was a defendant. It wasn't their client, it was a defendant. But they liked her and they felt bad for her because she had a shitty history. From the time she was 10 years old, she was using substances with her folks. Her mother and father pimped her out, and I'm not literally, but shoved her out to do transactions, would sit in the living room and do the deeds, cut it up, package it, sell it, use it. That's all she knew. That's all she knew. She didn't go to school. And I felt horrible for her. So she comes drag ass into my clinic, my office, and she was 22. She had a 47-year-old piece of shit man hanging around her. This dude, I knew what this dude was all about. I knew what his game was. And so I talked to her. I felt bad about her. I cautioned her about the dude she was with because all he was doing was using her. She said he was a friend, and I had a good long conversation with her. I did an intake. I did an intake and a history on her. And I said, "Baby, you ain't lying to me. I know what this dude's doing." I said, "Why are you letting this guy hang around you?" She said, "Because I don't have any transportation. I don't have anywhere to live." I said, "So you're trading something, something for, a ride and a place to live?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Honey, you got to get away from that. You've got to get away from this guy. And so I did an intake with her and referred her out to an inpatient treatment facility. And I don't even know what become of it. Yeah, I don't know. But she literally didn't know what to do. She had no friends. Everybody around her, because she was an attractive young lady. Everybody around her was, if they were an older dude or even a younger dude, they were all wanting a little extra, you know, a little extra. And it was just horrible. And that was, listen, this was 14 years ago. It's worse now. That used to be a rarity. It's not now. So if that's all you know, that's all you know. No matter if it's poverty, if it's substances, if it's spouse abuse. That's what happens in a spouse abuse situation. Most always it's some dude that saw his daddy behave that way. So, I spend my whole life trying to educate people on that kind of stuff. So Thursday, get my book, $75, but it's our course material. And 6:30 tomorrow. Um, it sucks. It sucks. So I may need some help tomorrow. I'm gonna go over and pick. My parents were great people, but they were uneducated. They had an eighth grade education. My father was very gifted and talented, but sometimes he couldn't get out of his own way. He had a drinking problem. And like any drinker, he would do well for periods of time and then he would get out, hit the bottle a little bit. And it was always chaos. When I was little, there was always chaos. Always. And up until I was about 17 years old, it stopped. My dad slowed down a whole lot, stopped drinking, but he played music. And every time he put a guitar in his hand, he was aimed to be drinking. And if he had one drink of alcohol, it used to make me a nervous wreck because I knew if he had one, he'd have a bunch. And then when he had a bunch, my daddy would get mad. He would get mad. He was not a pleasant drunk. Now, my sister might not remember that way, but that's an absolute fact. I hated to see him drink because I knew it was always going to end up in a big fuss. It is unfortunate. A very talented man, but couldn't get out of his own damn way. And my mother never had any issues like that. She raised us and did the best she could. She carried water. She chopped wood. I've seen her wash clothes out by hand. She did what she needed to do. No, my father never did beat us. No, no, never did. My dad never was a disciplinarian. But it was. You're welcome. It was the arguing and the tension I couldn't. It was hard to deal with as a kid. And I've said this before. I would literally, when I knew my father was coming home, when he was gone, I couldn't sleep because I knew when he came home there would be a fight. And I had learned a little trick. I don't know how I learned it, but I learned a trick. When my dad came home, I would get up and I would go in the living room wherever mom and dad was, and I would tell them that I was sick. Well, why would I tell them I was sick? Because if I told them I was sick, their focus was on me and they weren't trying to beat the hell out of each other. And they wouldn't fuss and fight. So I would stay up and play that I was sick for a while. And I did it all the time. I did it a lot. Because I learned when daddy was gone, when he come back, there'd be a fight, and I didn't want to hear it. And so I would go in the living room and say that I was sick. and it stopped. Oh, no. Yeah, some of the stuff oh, my father was cheating. He was a yeah, he was running around with my mommy all the time. Oh, yeah. There's about 4 or 5 illegitimates out there. I've got a really funny story on one, and I'll tell it later. But, um, yeah, some of these stories are in my book that I'm gonna be using that's in my book right now. Yeah, I mean, no, they yeah, but I learned a lot of skills. Like, see, I learned a lot. My book, Law of Addiction Recovery, has some of that stuff in it. What's up, Chris? So, it was, I don't look back on regret, but it's just shit that happened. I mean, every family has shit, man. Every family does. But my father was a philanderer extraordinaire. He had a lot of, substance. Oh, my father would be gone for 2 or 3 days at a time. Yeah, but he played music now. He played music. He was a very accomplished he was very accomplished musician. So I do alcohol addiction. Yes, I do. I'm a certified addiction counselor, in case you really want to know. Oh yeah. He had a lot of people. My father was very talented. He was a songwriter and a musician. If you look up some of his stuff on the internet, isn't that his name is Gene Cisco. So if you Google Gene Cisco music, you'll see a bunch of his. I didn't post them. Someone has posted a lot of his stuff. He was very well known in his time. Was on the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, just he was very, very talented. So, but he couldn't hold his alcohol, and he was very undisciplined, and so therefore, he never really made it. He never realized his potential. So it sucks for him because as an older man, I realized he was frustrated. My substance abuse class is $10 a session. My book is $75. You have to get it off of my link. We do it every Thursday at 6:30. We're starting this Thursday. Thank you. You're welcome, Brittany. Tomorrow at 6:30, our first class. If nobody shows up. So you have to schedule through my pin site. If you go to my if you go to my pinned videos, I've got the class schedule right there. It's on IG. I've got it on a carousel on IG. I'm all right, John Jackson. Just wanted to see if I could get my YouTube and FB working. Uh-oh. That song "Devil in Me" is my least favorite that's on the internet. I never liked it. Now, he wrote that song when he was drinking a lot, so I guess that's why I don't like it. He was drinking a lot when that song when he went "Devil in Me," Rosie's Bar and Grill. He Yeah. Yeah, I never liked it. Just I think it's because he during the days when he was writing that music and was recording them, and he was drinking a lot. And I just never. I almost got to where I hated to see him pick up a guitar. "Somebody to Love" is a great song. "Little Bit of Love," yep, yep, great song. The harmony on that song is unmatched. If you listen to it, the harmony, really, really good. "Grandma Rock and Roll," "Little Bit of Love," yeah. Now he was at his heyday then. He was making real money. What Chris, what are you private messaging me for? Yeah, my mom and dad both passed, yeah. N no, that ain't why I became a addiction counselor. Polka Dot Bikini number 2? Yeah. Yeah, no, that ain't why I became a counselor. To be honest, you wanna know why I became an you wanna know why I became a counselor? I I came a I became involved in psychology when I went to college. It would be easier. It was certainly easier than anything I was doing at the time. And so I literally thought psychology would be the easiest route for me. I wasn't very good at math. I couldn't do anything else. So I thought, well, shoot, you know, I knew how to deal with people. By that time, when I went to college, I understood that I had a way with people. I understood that. I knew that. I could get along well with people, problem talking to people. So when I went to college, I thought, well, I'll just get a psychology degree. And then I got the psychology degree and got a master's degree. So, that's how I just thought it was easier. That was Catherine, baby doll. No, we haven't met before, Catherine. Get out of here. I've not met you before. Yeah, I thought it was easy. That's really the truth. It wasn't nothing going on. Yeah, yeah, Alexandra, yeah, it'll either make you better or it'll mess you up worse. But it was just easier. I thought it was easier for my skill set, and, that's I got a degree that way. Yeah, I speak to my wife all the time. Yep. Her and Elizabeth are putting together our side of the house. Oh, yeah. They're putting together our new house and putting all our stuff in, situating it. They were over at the condo today trying to clean it out. So I'd be a teacher. I'm a certified school teacher. I was teaching before I went to law school. I was a teacher. I love teaching. And then I wrote grants. Before I actually went to law school, I worked for a nonprofit and we wrote grants. I've written I've written over $20 million worth of grants. I've helped people start businesses with grants. I have started many businesses with grants. So, oh, are you at the condo? Marianne's on here. Randall, you're Randall's my buddy Randall. Yeah, I've done grants for a lot of people. I still write grants. Me and Marianne and my daughter are gonna get together and write another grant in about 4 months. There's some big grants coming, and we're gonna get ready to write them. So, uh, So there's a lot of them. I've made a lot of money writing grants. I mean, a lot of money. And I've got a book on here if you're interested. It's called Making Millions Writing Grants. I know that's a little tacky, but it's true. Everything in there is good, solid information. I learned it. So, that's a good question. Someone on my YT feed says, someone on the YT feed asked me, do I think it's productive that client um, study psychology or understand psychology to get therapy. No, and I think it's if you're not at least educated on some type of base level, anytime you read some kind of psychology work, it's going to mess with you. You're going to think you've got it's like you develop all kinds of other issues. So the best thing you can do if you're going into counseling is you want a good therapist who understands exactly what psychology is and how to talk to you and how to draw out from you information that might be helpful to you to try to figure out what's going on. Now, but I don't recommend. You see this a lot in a lot of students that take psychology. They they'll take all this stuff, they'll get on in these books, and they'll read stuff into those books that's probably not so, and then they'll try to diagnose everybody. And you don't do that. That's not so I don't recommend that you try to understand psychology. I just think it's counterproductive. But good question. Thank you very much for that. The YT feed. Thank you. Very good question. Yeah, you don't need. I like why you go to your doctor. Why would do you need to read a medical book before you go get operated on? No, no. Some shit you just don't wanna know. You just wanna get to a good. Oh, absolutely not. I would take education. I would take education over life experience. I think because you don't need to you don't need to travel a certain road in order to understand the road. Like, you can read a road map, right? You can read a road map. You don't have to have traveled. You're welcome. You don't have to have traveled in someone's shoes in order to understand how they got to where they are. So I'm not a big fan of all that experience. And you see a lot of people in counseling, they first want to know who you are as a therapist. They want to try to tear you down and say, well, how do you understand us? Because you ain't never been there. Well, like I said, damn it, you don't have to be able to walk in somebody's shoes to understand how they got to where they are. You can educate yourself on the particular disease or the issue. You can educate yourself. You don't have to have lived it. That's a silly thought. But people continue to think that, and it's just so totally wrong. Donna, your case. I don't know what you talk about, Willis. I don't know what you talk about. Two major corporations, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what you're talking about. You can book a call and I'll look at your case. Boundaries is a big deal. But there's a whole lot about counseling. I mean, you really need to I understand it. I read all the time. I still educate myself about psychology and addiction. Um, Donna, you didn't try hard enough, baby. Go to my picture, go to my profile, click on it, and then you'll see that paperclip. Click on that paperclip. The, f- the fifth button down, the fifth button down, you'll see a button that says book a call. It's easy. It will cost you some money though. Just like if you do my counseling tomorrow at 6:30. Tomorrow at 6:30, I'm gonna be holding class. and I'll be looking to see you all tomorrow at 6:30 if you're interested. Thank you, Jingle Bells. So 6:30 tomorrow. What's up? What's up, Todd? What's up, my brother? Was you in Wyoming or Montana or where was you at today? Thank you, Scott, for the question over there in the YT universe. No, Renee, it's a closed class just for people that want that interaction because it's going to be an actual interactive class. The people there will be able to actual interact and not just type. They'll be able to speak, be able to see them. So we'll have I've got enough room for 15 people. And it's that kind of class. It's a real class. Can a husband come after your pension? Probably in a divorce. Yeah, maybe. It depends. I've seen it happen. Most of the time, if he has a pension and you have a pension, the lawyers agree not to bother it. So it could happen. You got to pay for it through my pen site. Now you got to have the book too. If you don't have the book, you won't know what we're talking about. And I'm not going to try to educate people on the book. You got to get the book, follow because I've got a schedule. It will tell you what section we're on. You read it, and we can talk about it. I want this class to be a real informative class. We're going to learn some stuff and do some activities. And so, I mean, that's just the way I'm doing it. I've got a book. It's like any other class. You got a book. I gave you a schedule, a substance use and education, an addiction and education class. Every Thursday at 6:30. I think, the book, I believe it's on there for $75, but that book will be used. It's digital. You can use it. This class will take about a year to go through. Now, you don't have to go every week. What's up, Biz from Facebook? What's up, Biz from FB? Uh, I've designed it to where you can look at my schedule, and if you see something you like, just jump in, schedule the class, and kind of do yourself some planning. But that's the way I've scheduled the class. Some people will do every week, maybe. I don't know, but I scheduled it to where you don't have to do it every week if you don't want to. But it, but if you're in addiction and you're in recovery, a couple of times a month is really, really good. I personally recommend every week, but that's just me, and that's not because I'm selling a course. 3 times a month is the best group counseling model. 3 times a month, and then one time individual. If I was developing a group counseling or a counseling program for you, it would be once a month individual and 3 times for group. You learn a lot through group, and during individual, it's a time for you to debrief, for you to ask specific questions. So that's what individual counseling is for when it comes to recovery. And then if you want to do some self help, you can supplement. But, well, that's real intensive, right? I'm not doing that. I'm doing someone that wants to educate themselves. Oh, hold on. Let me see here about that. I didn't get it. Let me look and see on what someone scheduled a book to call. Let me look and see, baby. Now remember, when you book a call, You'll pay for it. I'll get a link. When I accept it, you're going to get another email. About an hour before our meeting, you're going to get another email and it's going to have the link. You'll want to click on that link when it's time, and we both will talk to each other. But now the class isn't like that. The class, you pay for it. I'll be here at 6:30. And then we'll get to work because the schedule is on my pinned video. If you go to my videos, the ones that I have pinned, and if you're on IG, it's on a carousel. So get it. I didn't have a way to post it on my YT, but yeah, that sucks for you, McLean. Uh, let me see. Pin sign. Meeting. Hold on. Let me look and see. I just now saw it. Here it is. Thursday, the 12th, February 2026 at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. I am accepting it right now. Now, I hope I'm out of my mediation by then. I should be. My mediation is at 10. I have a mediation tomorrow. It's not really court, but it's a criminal mediation case. So, which is unusual. Mediation in criminal cases, they don't hardly do a lot of. So, yeah, they can't. Well, they won't. Some places won't let you go in the courtroom. I will meet with my clients out of the courtroom a lot of times now. It's safer for me. I don't want to get in trouble. No, I can. 2 o'clock is good. Um, Send me a statement. I sent that in the email. Send me a statement. Uh, if you didn't already, I just sent that out to you. So, guys, I do book calls. If you have an issue, send me a statement. I can research it. Yeah, that was booking a call. Someone just booked a call. Automobile accidents, I get 20%. That's it, 20%. Most lawyers are taking 40 and 50%. I get 20. And I'm doing some stuff with the Mark Lanier Law Firm. Take a look at them. Take a look at their stuff. Mark Lanier, asbestos related cancer, mesothelioma. I'd love to help you. Rock dust, silicosis, we call it in the mountains. You know anybody that's got silicosis? The Lanier Law Firm can make a difference in your life. I promise you. I promise you. And if you've been taking Wegovy or Ozempic, there's a condition called NION that affects your eyes. So be aware of that. If you're taking Wegovy or Ozempic, you know, keep a check on your eyes because it's real. The struggle is real. Come on, guys. I'm glad my FB is working. FB, YT. Yeah, there wasn't nothing going on with Savannah Guthrie, and I don't think there will be. The old lady's passed away, I'm sure, and I don't think they picked up some dude as a person of interest. I'm not really sure, Alexandra. I don't know. I've still got one more thing hanging out tomorrow. and I'm glad I didn't go because the place that I have a mediation for couldn't do Zoom. Mark Lanier is out of Houston, but 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 Mark Lanier has offices all over the country and a couple places in Europe. Um, no, he's the Mac Daddy. He's very good. So I went to a conference. K Rob, who usually shows up in our lives, saw me live, and me and Anna were working on a grant. It was a really funny story. We were working on a grant, and I was going live to show people because everybody says I don't have an office. So I posted up in our office, and we were writing a grant. We were finishing up a grant, and K Rob kept helping us. We would run into a question, and he was there with some answers. And then I got to know him. He invited me up to Houston or down to Houston for a big conference. I mean, Mark Lanier puts on a huge conference. I mean, there was a couple thousand people there, I think, this past summer. It was big fun. I'd like to go down when I have more fun, more time. But me and my wife and Anna went down, and we enjoyed it. Maybe we can go back this. I'd like to go back this summer if I can. But I mean, it's a very nice group of people. So I met people in the law firm. Uh, K Rob took us around and was just an unbelievable host. So um, it was fun. So that's how I met him, and I signed an agreement with him. So and I'm happy to help. I like them, good bunch of guys. So if you know anybody with asbestos related cancer, we can help. Mesothelioma, we can help you. He's he's very impressive. You need to take a look at his web page. Take a look at his website and look at some of the verdicts he has gotten. Look at some of the settlements he has gotten his clients. It's a big deal. And a nice guy. I met him personally, a wonderful fella. He's training for a marathon, I think. He's a runner. So he and I spoke running language. And I don't know how old he is exactly. He might be a little younger than me, but not by much, I don't think. He's very fit looking and just a nice fellow and a hell of a presenter. Very good presenter. He presented that whole conference. It just presented the whole damn conference. It was a one man show. It was crazy good. Come on, guys. Questions, guys. This is your show. You know, it's hard for me to sit here and just talk. Uh, it's always better if you ask some questions. It's always better if you do that. Ask some questions, Hatchet Head. And I don't know what's going on with TikTok and the gifting. It's crazy. Like, and I've heard a lot of people talk. I've talked to a lot of other creators and used to, if you do a live, you can make some money on them, which I don't ever do it for money. I just always note though, when I close out my live, it will show how much money that people have donated. And Usually I would get 10, 12, $13 because I don't ever push my gifts. It's a little tacky. If you want to give, I appreciate it, but I don't push it. And most recently, it's like 89 cents, 75 cents, a dollar. I'm like, man, because I don't know what they've done. They've probably taken more of the money, I guess. It's nuts how it has decreased, but it's still a good platform. I like it. It's fun. No, I gotta get up and take a shower in the morning. So tomorrow's supposed to be a running day. I won't be able to run. I had a grilled chicken and cheese with some steak fries. Pretty good. Red Robin steak fries. Yum. Me and my wife went to a Red Robin once. We did not like it. Did not like it. I could never do pork chops. My mother made them a lot when I was little, and they were always tough. I don't think they were a good cut of the pork chop. They were not good, and then she always overcooked them. And I forever, still to this day, won't eat a pork chop just because she wasn't very good at cooking them, and I just never thought they tasted well. I just never thought they tasted well. I'm not throwing shade on your food there, Mac. I'm just saying. What's up, knucklehead? Headed to Carter's game. Oh, I thought your mom. Did you pick up? Did you pick up the kid? Oh, okay. So is your mommy at the house? Me and EJ unloaded the cars and then came back. Are you listening to Daddy's song? Yeah, EJ's song CD. EJ's got this car. Oh, did Papa's funeral? We didn't have a preacher, did we? It was just his music. It was his music, and I gave the eulogy. Yeah, I remember that, but he didn't want a preacher. I don't remember. Honestly, don't remember. I'm almost positive Mama said he didn't want anybody preaching. No, I gave a eulogy, and I think that was it. Because you said somebody was trying to preach. Somebody from Martin County was trying to preach, and she stopped him and said he didn't want that. Yeah. Yeah, I did his eulogy. I think I might have spent maybe 10 minutes or so doing that, 10 or 15 minutes. I told EJ, I thought it was like 20. It was a long time, but I had a lot to say. It was good. Mark Grayson, my former high school teacher, afterwards, he said, Eugene, I did not know you could speak that well. He said, I wish to hell I would have recorded that. Oh. I said, well, thank you. And you still have it? Huh? You still have it? No, he said he wished he would have recorded it. Do you still have it? The speak? The talk? Yeah. Lord, no. You didn't write it down? I wrote it down, but I don't know what the hell I did with it. I got rid of it. It was just notes. Yeah, so Carter, do good, buddy. I will. It's his last regular season game. I love you. Have fun now. You have fun. Don't just have fun. That's what you do. What? This is the last regular season game, buddy. Playoffs for next week. This is your last regular game. Everybody's telling you to do well there, Carter, on TikTok. Yeah, I told EJ, I said out of all the CDs you had, he never wrote gospel music. Well, he wrote some Christian music. Yeah. I never heard him sing it. Yeah, oh shoot, he wrote one that it was a double sided. It was the same one on both sides. He never and it got a lot of. I think he made money on it. What was the name of it? Ugh.
My favorite song is "Hello Heartache."
Yeah, that's a good one. I like
the music.
The music
The
on that's real
instruments,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
The steel guitar sounds good.
Grana will know what his religious song is. He wrote that, I think, when Judy was born.
My favorite's the Alimony Chicks too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's a good one.
All right, baby. Have fun, Carter.
I will.
All right, love you all.
Love you.
Bye. Cool. I'm glad I got my TV or my computer working. God, when I go back to Florida, I have to bundle all this stuff up and take it. And I put it on a freaking airplane. It's a pain in the. I hate because I'm gonna take this stuff with me. I ain't putting it as a checked bag. Well, I've got to. Well, I'm just gonna take it with me on a plane. I don't have to take no clothes. All my clothes are up there. I'll just put this stuff in a bag in my carry-on suitcase, and that's all I'll take. Maybe a couple. I gotta take a couple pair of running shoes. I always take running shoes because I don't have any of my new models back at the condo. But I need to buy some new ones, so I might take my best pair here and then order some there. I did not make Pizza Lane, no. So it's my running shoes that I worry about mostly. I did some research. I'm getting ready to put out a video, so y'all be looking for it on some of this Savannah Guthrie stuff again. Of all of the places, there's about 26,000. I didn't know this till I got to researching and reading. There's there's about 26,000 adults that are basically classified as long-term missing, right? So they've been missing a long time. 26,000. Most of them come from Arizona, Alaska, and somewhere else. There were three states that they mentioned specifically. And when I saw that data point, I thought, I'll be damned. Like, really? Um, I can't. Oh yeah, I never thought about that. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Nevada. It was. Hold on, I'll tell you because I made my notes here. Um, Oregon, Oregon, Arizona, and Alaska are the top for missing people. I could kind of see Arizona, but not Alaska, or and maybe Oregon too, but not really. Like you don't think of kidnapping older people in Oregon. Arizona, I can see just for what you said there, Alexandra. But Alaska, uh, I don't know about that. But I'm getting ready to drop another video today on that topic. And so if you see it, show it some love. Thank you for the follow, guys. Follow, follow, follow. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I did. Yeah, if thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate you. If you guys, if you're not a follower, please do that. If you're not a subscriber, please do that. Um If you have a hearing, what's up, Diana? If you have a Social Security disability hearing, and at the end of the hearing, your lawyer tells you you probably won the case, it's been my experience, and I've attended several Social Security hearings, disability hearings. The judge will tell the lawyer without really telling the lawyer, but you're going to get your award. If your lawyer said that, I would say, now if I was you, I wouldn't go out and buy a car based on that. I would wait for confirmation. But if your lawyer told you you were going to get an award, I would breathe a little easier. All right. If your lawyer tells you that, then they know who the judge is. And sometimes the judge will actually say something. You might not understand it as winning, but they speak a different language. So if your lawyer said that, the lawyers ain't gonna lie to you, or they shouldn't. I can't imagine that a lawyer would lie to you on something like that. I actually can't imagine that. It's like, again, I wouldn't go buy a car based on it. But what's up, April? And all these idiots are on there now. I hear them talk about undermining, talking about photo ID. It's nuts how they're turning this photo ID into a suppression of your rights. It's absolutely lunacy.